Hello and welcome to CarGurus coverage of the 2019 Geneva Motor Show. Look, someone's just got out of the Supra. We're going to get in the Supra now because otherwise it's just a bun fight. There are a few things I want to say about this car, but the first thing we're going to have to say, because we're doing it in this order, is that it was co-developed with BMW. So that means under the bonnet is a 3-litre twin-turbo straight-six engine from BMW. And inside, this is the first time I've sat in the Supra, and there's an awful lot of BMW in here. The gear lever, the infotainment, all of this control panel, the iDrive, all very BMW. Does that matter? Well, it certainly doesn't matter to the 900 or so people who have so far placed orders for a Supra, and that includes the full first year UK allocation. Now, what are they going to get? Well, they're going to get what from some angles is a really, really good looking car. If we crouch down here, look, dead rear, how cool does this thing look? But then also, if you come up, and you put a bit of angle on it, I don't know, I'm less convinced. I don't think that this has the same sense of purpose as you would expect of Toyota's most famous sports car. However, what we can say is that this thing has got 335 horsepower and it's rear-wheel drive, so it should be absolutely mega to drive. We can't wait to give it a try. For some people, automotive experiences don't get any better than driving a Porsche 911, whether it is a classic like this beautiful car here, or if we swing around here, the latest 992 generation of 911 Cabriolet, which is making its debut at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show. As there's no one in it at the moment, which is quite unusual, we're going to sweep inside, have a look at this interior, because this is the most advanced 911 interior to date. You've got this big touchscreen here, digital dials, and even some wood trim, which I quite like on this car. In terms of the roof itself, it opens and closes electrically in just 12 seconds, which is really quick for a convertible. And like the previous 911, it has magnesium bows within the fabric. And what they do is they keep the silhouette as coupe-like when the roof is up, as well as stopping the roof from ballooning when you're driving at high speed. And that's a good job, because one of these will now do 190 miles an hour flat out. Bentley is celebrating its centenary in 2019, and as part of that, probably won't surprise you to hear that it will be building some limited edition cars. This isn't one of them. This is a 1930 Bentley Blower Le Mans car as driven by Sir Tim Birkin. But it has inspired the first of these special editions, which is this. It's the Continental GT No.9. Look, it says number 9 there, so we know as much, but also, more prominently, it has number 9 painted in white on the grille, just like the old race car. Other details bespoke to this car include 22-inch wheels, while inside the car, if we can, sorry, can we squeeze in here just for the video? Thank you. We've got heritage leather trim, plus, I don't know if you're getting close enough to see this little Jaeger clock here is done in a vintage style, and best of all, if you spin this screen round here, right in the middle here, piece of wood. This is taken from the seat frame of the restored 1930 race car. Bentley is building 100 of these, so if you want one, you're going to need to get in quick and, I would imagine, be fairly rich. Think of Pininfarina, and it is probably the Italian styling house that's responsible for some of Ferrari's most iconic designs that spring to mind. But Pininfarina is no longer just designing cars, it's building them too, and it is not mucking about. This is the Battista. It's Pininfarina's first car, and it's built as a luxury electric hypercar. It has 1900 horsepower and 2300 newton meters of torque, which makes it twice as powerful, gives it twice as much torque as a Ferrari LaFerrari. Performance is going to be, I would imagine, fairly uncomfortable. 0 to 60, they're saying less than 2 seconds. Top speed, 250 miles an hour. And because it's an electric car, we need to think about range as well. Pininfarina says you can get 300 miles from a full range. Look, we're coming around to the interior. Let's have a quick peek inside. This car is going on sale in 2020, and it's going to cost around 2 million euros. It's definitely one to watch, assuming that is your eyes can keep up with it. Welcome to Peugeot's stand at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show. Now, this is a brand that intends to only have electrified cars in its range by 2023. And as part of that, the new 208 Super Mini, is going to be available not only as an internal combustion engine car, but also as a pure electric model. And this is it, the E208. It is powered by a 100 kilowatt electric motor, and it has a 50 kilowatt hour battery. Peugeot said that's good for a range of about 210 miles from a full charge, and that full charge will take around 8 hours from a dedicated home charger, or 30 minutes if you can find a rapid charger, say at a motorway service station. Now, being a brand new design has allowed Peugeot to be very clever with the packaging. For example, the battery in the new 208 is housed under the floor, and what that means is you don't lose any interior or boot space compared with petrol or diesel engine models. On the inside, meanwhile, if we can just poke the camera in here, you'll see that this has the latest iteration of Peugeot's iCockpit design with its small steering wheel. And as you can see, these guys here are prodding and poking the dash. This car feels really high quality inside. Peugeot has ambitions to be taken seriously as a premium car maker, and given that it's building its small cars this well, you have to say it's well on its way to doing it. Just as the Volkswagen Group employs platform sharing across its internal combustion engine models, so too will it with its MEB electric car architecture, and this is SEAT's first take on the formula. It's called the LBorn, and it is an electric concept car with a range of around 260 miles from a full charge of its lithium-ion battery. Like so many of these electric cars, it also has rapid charging technology, so you can give that battery an 80% boost in around 30 minutes. Now, one of the advantages of a new ground-up electric car is that you can really exploit the packaging that having those small electric motors gives you. So you get lots more interior space in this than you would in, say, an equivalent-sized SEAT Leon. As we say, this is a concept car at the moment, but a production version will follow in about 2020 and is expected to cost about £25,000. More than anything, you know, cars like this, there's so many of them at Geneva, really emphasise the industry's shift towards electric motoring. Thank you for watching our coverage of the 2019 Geneva Motor Show. There are lots more cars on display here, and you can read about them at blog.cargurus.co.uk. Plus, of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can see our new and used car reviews as soon as they go live.